I'm going to take you through how to go ahead and then do the project. So first thing you do is go to Yahoo Finance. And if you recollect, what I have asked is, I have given a problem statement where you have to pick up 10 stocks from the equity market of India, like either NSE or BSE. So while choosing this 10 stock, the recommended stuff is you choose the stocks which are sort of like, first thing you do is you pick up any 10 stocks. And primarily while picking, it may be a good idea to pick stocks which are in group A in BSE or in Nifty, or maybe some stocks which may not be in Nifty, but good looking stocks like company like Asian Paints, company like Pidilite, company like Colgate, company like Hindustan Unilever, company like what do you call Alkalia Mines. They have been doing company like Page Industries, Balakrishna Industries. These are some of the blue chip stocks which you may like to pick up, or you may have your own. And they have got a huge market capitalization. Market capitalization means what is the value of the company in the marketplace. This means if you want to buy 100% of the company, how much money you should have. So they have got huge valuation, which these stocks will show. So once you pick up, and then pick up at least 2 or 3 stocks from the mid cap, which are lower capitalization than 20,000 crore. As per the SEBI definition, 20,000 crore and less is a mid cap. So pick up that. Once you pick up that, just go to Yahoo Finance. I'm going to show you steps by 1 or 2 cases, how you will really calculate, and go ahead doing this project in terms of simulating results for next 10 years or 5 years, whatever. And then if you have a different mix, then using simulation and LP, how can arrive for constructing a portfolio? That is what we are going to discuss. So let us talk Asian Paints. I love this stock because this stock, if you look at last 20 years, this stock has given cumulative return of 20% plus, which is a huge amount of money. So after getting Asian Paints here, Asian Paint is displayed here, go to historical data. Click on the historical data. And once you click on the historical data, you see here, period is given, like for which period data you want and what frequency data you want. So first thing, let us set the period because you want 17, 18 years old sort of like prices. So here Asian Paints again has vanished actually. So let's get it back. Asian Paints, then I'll go back to historical data. And after going to historical data, I'll select the period. So for selecting period over here, starting point, let's say instead of 20, I have to go to 2002 or something. So come to calendar, click on 20. So here you go back, you see earlier years displayed here. So let's go to 2002 because we are going to pick up from 2002 onwards, let's say. You can pick up from 2003 also. There's no hard and fast rule. So let's take 1st of September 2002. So this is the calendar for September. Let's pick up 1st September and press done here. The moment you say done here, you see the calendar is set starting September 2 to 21. Then instead of daily, let us pick up monthly data because I want data, and then press on apply. The moment you press apply, you see monthly data being displayed here. Now this data we want to download. So there's a download button at the top. Go and download, press the download button. The moment you press the download button, this file shall be downloaded in your download directory. So I'll go to my download directory and pick up the file. Here, download directory. You see Asian Paints over here. So this file is already downloaded with all the price information. So let us click on this file. After clicking the file, you see quite a few columns here. Columns like date, which is monthly in nature, like we have 110, 111 that way. Opening price, high, low, close, and adjusted close. Close is the closing price for that month. Adjusted close is if there is any stock action like dividend given or split or bonus. Those effects have been sort of like accommodated in close. So what we are looking at is close adjusted closing price. Therefore, I prefer Yahoo because this column and date, these are the only 2 columns I'm interested in. So therefore, what I'll do is I'll delete all the other columns and then these 2 columns, because these 2 columns I'll keep and delete the other columns. So those other columns are deleted. Now these two columns, I'll take, see, first data is 1/9/2002. So I will compute that if I had invested in the stock for 5 years on this date, then what is how many times it got changed. So, this number is, this price is in B2 cell. So I'll go to the cell which is having 1/9/2007. So let's go down and look at 1/9/2007. So now here multiplication, the price has multiplied this divided by B2 because B2 had 192 data. So this means in last 5 years, Asian Paints here, a single instance, it has multiplied by 4.93% times actually. This means 5 times. In 5 years, 5 times. And then the same I will copy to rest of the data. So by doing this, I get around 169 observation. This means at any point somebody had downloaded, somebody had invested, these returns you might have got. So about 169 I have. Now, having got this observation, the next thing is to go ahead and find the statistics, the minimum, the maximum, standard deviation, and distribution for this return. So go to data analysis. And in data analysis, you have descriptive statistics. Click on descriptive statistics. The moment you click on it, asks for the input range. So input range here, you have to pick up the return, which I have just calculated as the input, because we want to do a statistical operation on this return. So let us pick it up. And output range. Now I have got two options. I can create a new worksheet or the same worksheet. So let's go ahead and write the output in the same worksheet. So that we do in the beginning of this stock. So let's go and beginning of the sheet. So let's go and put a address here. So this I have done. Then I'm looking for summary statistics only, and kth largest and kth smallest. This means the largest value and the smallest value. That will come otherwise also, but I checked up this. I'm ready to go and create the statistics. So the moment I pressed OK, I got this detail. Like mean of the data is 4 times. This means any particular point in time in last 17, 18 years, you invested in this, then average return could have been 4 times in 5 years. Median, mode, all those are there. So to me, the minimum important thing is the minimum and the maximum. So minimum is 2 and maximum is 7.37. So for generating histogram using Excel, we need bin. Bin means class interval. So bin, the way I define is minimum to maximum, and there could be a good practice to have around 10 to 15 classes. So here we have got between 7.5 to 2, you have 5.5. 5.5 divided by, so if you take a class interval of, let's say 0.4, you will have a proper bin. So you will have 11, 12 classes. So 1.95 I have taken a little lower than the minimum. Plus interval I'll take this plus 0.4. And this I'll drag down so that I get different bin classes. Let's see how much I go to. 7.15, highest is 7.35. So maybe another class actually, 7.55. So look here. This is starting from 5 to 19. This means, 15, exactly 15 class interval I have here. This is good bin. Having done that, I'll go ahead and show you how to select, how to draw a histogram for the return data. Okay, return data which are, we just computed, which is in column C here with this data. So for doing that, now I have got bin already with me. Bin I have calculated based on the details which are given in the largest and smallest value. Then let's go to data. Click over data analysis. Go to histogram. You see histogram is right here. It will ask for the input range. Obviously, input range is going to be the same data, which I have already selected here. So I'll go and choose the same input range again. Oh, there's something went wrong actually. So let's go ahead and choose the input range again. Maybe I drop the, mouse button had to remain pressed. I must have dropped it. So let's look at it. So now this is all inputs are selected here. Okay. K62 to C230. This is there. Okay. Bin range. Second thing is bin range. So the bin which we have created will go and select that. So this is the bin range. I want data to be analyzed. So I have selected that. Then again, output you can have in a new worksheet or in the same worksheet. So I prefer to have in the same worksheet. So therefore I selected that and let's put here this particular value. Then I want cumulative percentage and a chart. You can take even Pareto, but Pareto I don't want here. Pareto is arranging that in the descending order. So I don't want that here. Maybe some cases you may need, but here I am not looking for. So the moment I press OK, the chart will come. See here now. So you got a histogram already and cumulative frequency chart because I clicked, the cumulative frequency. Now what I'll do is and this is the distribution of data. So if I take the total data here, I go and add it up, then I'll find the number of readings I have. So let's see how many readings. It should be about 169 if I remember correctly. 169 data we had there. So 169 all data is accounted for. Now what I'll do is I'll go and create 2 more columns here. So that distribution which will be required for what you call doing simulation, those I need to, because these ratios here, the bin intervals here, they are the times, like this means in 5 years, these are the times the Asian Paints have multiplied. Now I have to compute the monthly return. So 5 years has got, let's say 60 months. So monthly return I'm computing here in this column. So monthly return will be, this means, if you have compounding every month, that is what I'm assuming here. So this to the power upon 60. This means 60th root because they are 5 years data. Minus 1, this will give me the monthly return. So this is what is the monthly return of for this. This formula I'll copy for each cell. So I do have monthly return here. Last one I don't need because this is 0 thing anyway. So this is the monthly return of data. If you want to make it 4 decimal places, we can do that. So let's reduce the number of decimal. So now it is 4 decimal places and it looks little more good. Now I have to compute here probability because simulation by Excel requires the class, the value and probability for that. It doesn't require cumulative probability. Machine computes of its own. So what will be probability? This will be frequency. I have to write formula for probability, which will be frequency divided by, which I have just discussed in the class today, the sum of frequency. Before I copy this, because there is 0 frequency here, so 0 probability is coming. So L22, I have to make it absolute reference so that I can copy this in all classes basically. So this is the absolute reference. Now drag it down and copy in all the classes. So you have frequency distribution over here. For a Asian Paint return, which I'm highlighting in bold actually. Now this data, which is highlighted in bold, that I'll take and go for simulation. Go for simulating Asian Paint return. So let's create a sheet here, another sheet here. This I'll call it return simulation. This sheet is return simulation. And since we have said 10 years, 10 years means what? 120 months. Since I have monthly return here, this is monthly return. So 120 month simulation I have to do. You can do even 20 years also. But for project we ask for 10 years. And doing 10 years and 20 years is not a major hassle. You can do in no time. It will not take so much of time. So let's call it month here. Month we just said 1, 2, and before 1, let's make it 0 month because that's the 0, 1, 2, and then I'll copy these months to the cell so that I get 120 months of data. 120 months is represented. That's the idea. Okay. So we have 120 months here. Now what I want is what is going to be monthly return in this month actually. So monthly return, I want monthly return. This I have to simulate. So what I'll do is there are 2 ways of doing. So anyway, let the this remain in the other sheet also. Although the sheet which I have circulated, I have put in the same sheet. But here I can work from the same sheet because Excel has that advantage. So let's go and work from the same sheet. So monthly return. So how I compute the monthly return? For doing this, I'll go for data simulation. Data. In data, you go to data analysis. Here you look for random number generation. That is for I want 120 random numbers. So select random number generation here. Go and click on. Then number of variables, because only one stock I am simulating for 120 months. Number of observation or random numbers is 120. This is a discrete distribution because this is not normal, this is not Poisson, this is not binomial. We have our own distribution which we have arrived at there, and that is represented as discrete in Excel. So let's go and pick up our distribution values from the Asian Paint sheets. So here we'll go and pick up the highlighted cells. Okay, so we have got it here. Then output range. Output can be in a new sheet or it could be the existing sheet. I want to do in existing sheet. So here I want output from first month to 120 a month. So I have gone and selected first month here. So I'm ready to go, ready to simulate return for 120 months, next 120 months. So I'll go and press OK here. Don't know what happened. Yeah, some problem or what? Let's click OK. No, you have to bring in the same sheet. Otherwise it will not work. So what I'll do is, due to some reason, other places it works. Maybe that was the reason I must have put in the same sheet the data. So let's go and insert and bring that copy and bring it here in the same sheet. That's the reason. So here, let's go to the previous sheet, copy this portion, bring to the return simulation. I have to copy values here. That's why it is giving all different things. So OK, so values are there. This is Asian Paints. So let's write it Asian Paints here so that we remember Asian Paints. Fine. And let us highlight Asian Paints. And let us not highlight this one in this sheet. So OK, this is where we got. Now let's go to simulation because now it will work all right. So data, we say data analysis, random number generation. These all are OK. Only thing I'm going to change this now because this data is available in the same sheet. So instead of doing this, I write in the same sheet here. I'll choose this particular return here. And then C4. So instead of C4, I have to write this C24 because first month I want the first column. So the moment I go and say, OK, this calculates 120 month return. It has already calculated. Now, let us assume that investment. What is the value of investment? Investment. Let's call it investment. At 0 month, if you invested 1 lakh rupees here, 1 lakh rupees here. So let's go and use this column as like make this one just round off. OK, so this is the initial investment. So after 1 month, how much will be investment? This will be compound interest formula. Take this multiplied by 1 plus monthly return, which is in this column. So this is the formula I'm writing. This is the return at the end of 1 month. So this, if I click here, I get the 120 month return for Asian Paints. So, you know, if I had invested 1 lakh rupees in 10 years, based on simulation, Asian Paint number becomes 14.40 lakhs. Don't you find it interesting? I think you will get excited. That's the reason I chose this project, because when you do the simulation and construct your portfolio, this will start a very good habit in you of investing. It is not important how much amount of money you invest. Getting into investment will help you create wealth for your life, which will be a huge wealth. So you have seen that simulation for Asian Paint. Now let's go to the another sheet now. Create a new sheet for LP. I'll call it LP sheet. And here, company, initial investment. After 10 years, 3 columns, let's say. So let's format it a little bit. And similarly, after 10 years, what is the value? So one company I have simulated. So go and write here Asian Paints. Initial investment 1 lakh rupees. Maybe you can even program that, or you can give a reference from the previous sheet. That also you could do. So return calculation, go to the beginning of the sheet, and whatever you have invested in 0 months, so advantage will be if you change here, it will get changed automatically. So 1 lakh here. After 10 years, go back to the sheet again and take the terminal value at the end of 10 years. Okay, so we have these numbers and then pick up this column, format it. Let's say put a decimal and make it round. So here you can put, now I have shown you one case. This is the header. Let me highlight the header. Similarly, you can pick up, tell me which are the stocks. Let's say HUL, Pidilite, and let's say Alkali Amines, Page Industries, Balakrishna. These are some of the good stock. So, but you know, I don't want you to get restricted to the stock. You can choose your own stock. So choose 10 cases because the project description which I have given you are, you know, asking for 10 cases. So otherwise you can, you know, like fill up the 10 cases here. So choose 10 stock. Compute a similar thing, similar return for each one of them. Okay. So, and this becomes your total return. Total return. Total return will be what? Sum of all the stock returns here. So this sum I am putting here over here. This is total return, not return, total investment value at the end of end of 10 years. Value of investment. This is value after 10 years, and if you sum the same thing in the previous column, this becomes value in the beginning. Now here goes the LP. Here you have 10 stocks. So these are the 10 normally as per our convention of Excel solving variables. Decision variables, we color it yellow. But this machine will see based on the conditions how much to vary and get this. So this is what I'll say yellow. This we have to maximize because we want the value to get maximized. So let's put this in green. So objective function becomes green cell, variable becomes here, and constraints in the, you know, in let's say data, if you go to solver here, not data, you have to go to solver here, objective function. So you have to take this one as objective function D14, and by changing cells, although this is blank here, but once you fill up with all the calculation, this could be here. Then you'll go and add the constraint equation based on different statements which are given in the problem, and so that you can construct all of them here. And once you do that, take LP, go and solve it. The moment you press solve, you will get the reallocation of this, and this value will get maximum. That is what solution. So you know, here we have got a very simple investment stock portfolio construction. So where two of the techniques we have used, simulation and linear programming, which were taught in the class to construct the portfolio and find out the maximum returning portfolio. The basic idea was, because in this case, if you do this project, you will have a feel of real life data, because all the data we have taken in this case is the real life data. There is no artificial data. Point number one. Point number two, this will help you simulate the conditions and will influence you to consider investing. So even though you are not investing 10 lakhs today, even though you are investing 1 lakh, then whatever value you are getting, 1/10 of that will be available to you after 10 years. And mind it, if you simulate for 30 years, the number you get, even with an investment of 1 lakh in the beginning today, that will be mind-boggling, guys. So I hope you are going to enjoy this particular exercise, not only in terms of doing the project simulation, but also for investing and starting this class as a starting point of your career in terms of wealth creation. I hope this will be a good example and good sort of like case. So at the time of doing the project, I have recorded the whole thing. If you come across any challenge, feel free to reach me. and I will be glad to support you. Thank you so much.